and welcome back to Ion Harness Racing. I'm John Pavlak. Last week's Delaware, Ohio Grand Circuit meet was well received by fans who came out in big numbers and bet big and enjoyed a great Little Brown Jug. As usual, there were plenty of great stories in addition to the big one, and videographer Rich Johnston caught them along with our reporter, Gigi Diaz. Trainer Jimmy Tactor, who has developed many outstanding trotters over the years, said that at one time he didn't know how good Don't You Forget It was. The diminutive son of Cantab Hall, as it turns out, was good enough to set a world stakes and track record in the $59,000 standardbred, winning in 155 3.
Theatrical station third. Coming on the outside, Crosby's clam bake. It's all Don't You Forget It!
Maven is certainly one of the sport's top sophomore trotting fillies and was an overwhelming favorite in a division of the $102,000 bucket. A world record might reasonably have been expected, and a 154 world record was the result, but it wasn't Maven who put it up.
Bluff brings him into the stretch, but Maven continued to close with every stride. On the inside, Bluff. Maven on the outside. Bluff!
Talk to us a little bit about that drive. What did it take? When did you know?
Well, I had top lane. I still had some trot, and my horse was still going forward. So, and I could hear Yannick working with Maven, so I knew he had to work hard to catch up, and that was the difference in the race.
Pet Rock has had a very good year for Frank Bellino and trainer Virgil Morgan, but he wasn't kept eligible for the Little Brown Jug. He might have gotten in, but missed that possibility by finishing second by a nose in the cane pace. He instead was entered in the $10,000 Delaware Open Series for sophomore pacing colts and got his chance to wow the Delaware crowd.
Opening up with every stride and drawn away. It's all Pet Rock!
Looking for a fun and easy way to learn more about standardbred racing? Harness Night School, Thursday nights. Enjoy access and learn the game from top racing insiders via chat and video. Miss a class? Read the archive. Harness Night School, Thursday nights. Let's get rolling.
Seeing John Campbell in the Delaware Winner's Circle is always a good thing. He's won the big one 3 times, and during Jug Week he won his 150th race at the Delaware County Fair, and then talked afterwards about his success over the years at Delaware.
Shall Escape opening up with every stride. Economy Terror racing second. Serena Hanover to the wire. Shall Escape. 1:53.6. World record.
Well, how does it feel to have your 150th win be at the Jugette?
Well, it's pretty special. Anytime you can get in these races, it's a thrill just to get to be able to compete in them. And that's what everybody in this industry strives for, is to get into races such as this. And when you're fortunate enough to be successful, it's really the ultimate feeling of what we have in our game.
It was 1 year ago that Big Bad John came from out of his home stall at Delaware to win the Little Brown Jug, giving Ohio racing a big boost. As it turns out, he's still doing that, but now in the breeding shed at Ohio's Midland Acres, where he served a full book of 140 mares. Look for his sons and daughters to start winning their share of Ohio's VLT-enriched purses in the years to come. Harness Racing lost a member of its Hall of Fame this past Saturday. John A. Cashman Jr. was a groom for Delvin Miller and then became director of racing at Roosevelt at the tender age of 19. He later became associated with Castleton Farm and its properties, including the Tattersall Sale and Pompano Park. Cashman also served as a director of the U.S. Trotting Association for 14 years and was inducted into the Living Hall of Fame in 1993. Trainer Tony Alagna is having a great year, but perhaps was a bit too optimistic entering Major Bombay in this year's Little Brown Jug. The son of Art Major was a disappointing 5th in the first Jug division and thus failed to qualify for the second heat. Instead, it was onto a van and onto Yonkers Raceway, where with just 2 nights rest he lined up against New York bred sophomores in the $225,000 New York Sire Stakes final, where he was also a bit of a price, but also proved that keeping busy has its rewards.
And still it's Major Bombay who will not give in, dropping back with Steelhead Hanover. Heston Blue Chips late on the scene, between horses, breaking the law on the inside, bet on the law, but it's going to be Major Bombay and Andy Miller, wire to wire.
At Indiana Downs, the $205,500 Pride in Progress drew a good field of older trotters, in which the millionaire Hot Shot Blue Chip held sway in a rather exciting stretch drive against opening night.
Hot Shot Blue Chip has worn down and put away Templar Silveris. Hot Shot Blue Chip leads it by 3. Only chance is opening night on the outside. Hot Shot Blue Chip on opening night as they hit the line. Holding on, it looked like barely by a nose.
Young pacers will take to the red clay at the Red Mile this coming Saturday in the Bluegrass Stakes, always a major proving ground for the younger generation. And here are the top 3 horses in the top-rated division of that one, as indicated in the exclusive Platinum Pass performances offered by Trackmaster. Power ratings. It's another way to put yourself in the parimutuel winner's circle, exclusively at Trackmaster.com.
Ready for the latest advances in handicapping technology? Trackmaster is your solution. With 20-plus years of providing a wealth of information, Trackmaster has tools for every level of player. Trackmaster Pocket Handicapper for iPhone and Android puts the power of a computer in the palm of your hand. Drill down to charts and race videos. And with software like Plus Pro, even the most advanced players have sophisticated tools to succeed. The complete source for thoroughbred, quarter horse, and harness racing information. Trackmaster by Equibase, for the serious player.
Looking back at Jug Week, I'll remember the victory by Michael's Power for many reasons, not the least of which was the veteran-like work of young driver Scott Zeron. The 23-year-old is already getting plenty of notice for his work in Canada. The son of Rick Zeron is making his mark there and seems destined to win many more big races in his career. He even scored with the fans and found one with whom he shared something in common.
I'm here from Texas. Oh, we got our first jug. This is my first jug. Oh, my word.
We were certainly impressed with his driving, but also mighty impressed with his eloquence when dealing with the press. Here's more of that eloquence from Scott Zeron.
You're always going to be nervous. I don't care if you're 50 years old. You've done it. You've won it 5 times. You're going to be nervous because I felt like I had one of the best horses in this race, and it's up to me. If I think I have the best horse, I got to put him in the best spot and work out a good trip for him, and I'm happy I did.
Any shot at Yannick going by you there at the start there? You weren't going to release him at all.
I was definitely not going to. I was hoping that Sweet Lou was going to stay with me and keep Yannick up 3 high, but we went a big enough quarter to get Yannick in a hole, and I'm happy he did because we would have went some big fractions. I was not letting down.
Next week, we'll have reports from Lexington's historic Red Mile, where young stakes horses hit the clay to earn purses and a place in history, and where yearlings are all dolled up and await what their breeders hope will be high-spending owners. I'm John Pavlak. That and more next week when we return with another edition of Eye on Harness Racing.